So since I work with a lot of creators, video content creators, writers, I truly believe that I have personally learned a lot from Cirque du Soleil, from artists like yourself. What are some of the things you would pass on to people like us? We might not be able to do, a quarter of what you do. What can we learn from the creative process?
You know what I would say that the thing that I learned the most as an artist is not to be afraid to let go. Um, if you're creating something, if you're performing something, and you are worrying in the back of your head, ooh, what do I look like? What are people thinking? Then you are never going to be unlocking and opening up to your full potential. You have to let go. You have to put it out there. You have to go for it. And that took me years to learn as a performer and as an artist. But when I did that, that was when peers and audience members were like, "Oh my God, that was amazing! Go for it."
Wow. So, could you introduce, mention your name and also your role here?
Yeah, so my name is Michael Ocampo, and I'm the head coach here on Corteo, one of Cirque du Soleil's touring shows. I actually started with Cirque du Soleil as an artist. So I performed for 10 years, 5 years on Alegria, 5 years on Saltimbanco, and then since then I've been coaching. So I've been with the company since 1993, so quite some time.
What do you love about this show, Corteo in
What do I
particular?
what do I love about Corteo? Actually, as a coach, it's lovely for me because it's a very acrobatic show, and that's the world I come from, gymnastics and then tumbling. So acrobatics is dear to my heart, and being the head coach, that's my purview. That's what I'm in charge of. Um, as well as well, it's very, very theatrical, which is really, really nice. All of the Cirque du Soleil shows are theatrical, but this one has an easy storyline that you can follow through. That's not always clear in the Cirque du Soleil shows. So for that, it's very, very nice. I really think that the visuals, the costumes, the music, the lighting, everything with Corteo, it's just the whole package, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, I tell people why I love Corteo. It's so beautiful, and I feel like it's so essential in our lives. It's beautiful, philosophical, reflects on your life, and really makes you think. And it's easier to follow as well. I agree. And I would love to know, like, people want to know, like, what does a coach mean at Cirque du Soleil? What's your day to day like?
I get this question all the time. I say it's very similar to a gymnastics coach. So I work with the acrobats during their trainings. I'm also watching every show so that if there's something that we're working on that's new that's going into the show, or even if it's just to maintain that level of acrobatics, I'm there to assist them. They all come from very high level sport or performing. So technically they probably already know what they're doing, but I'm that outside eye. So yes, I'm there as a very much like a gymnastics coach.
Wow. So since I'm not a professional or not a coach, I was just wondering, because they're at a high level, perhaps one of the things that you do is make sure they don't overtrain themselves, and it really is a lot on your body, your mind.
I think all of the artists are individuals, so the amount of training that they're going to do is different from one artist to the other. Even within a group act, you're going to have people who do different amounts of training. And I would say that people overtraining themselves to a burnout level, that doesn't really happen. So I'm not too concerned about that. Yes, there are artists who come in and they have, let's say, a more strict training routine than others, and that's just how they work, and that's how it works for them. As I say, they're all individuals. I'm keeping an eye on all of them, but I never worry about anything like that.
Oh yeah, I definitely heard, from Shayna Carroll, for instance, we interviewed. People are so professional; they know how to take care of themselves. And so, do you have such a thing as a? Do you have a personal favorite act, or what are you most excited about from Corteo?
I often get that question as well, and that's a difficult question because I like so many of those the acts in this show. For various different reasons, because it's a group act or because it's a solo act. So each act is different in and of its own right. So it's hard for me to say that's my favorite act, because then the next one is equally as impressive for me.
Yeah.
I enjoy, for example, right behind us, the trample bed, because it's a trampoline surface just similar to what I did as a tumbler. and a gymnast. So the Cirque has taken a trampoline and then made it into this weird space. So I find that very creative.
Mhm.
Then there's the aerial pole act. I did Chinese poles on one of my own shows. So to see what Stephanie does on the aerial pole is super impressive. Um, it just really depends. I love them all.
Yeah. People have asked you a lot of questions. I love the answer, by the way. What are some of the things you wish people would ask you, but they haven't yet?
Oh, I don't know. I've never been asked that. um, no, I don't know. I think perhaps one was that comes up is how did you get into Cirque du Soleil? But then follow on from that would be, do you think you made the right choice? So if I say that question, do you think you made the right choice? I never intended to be in Cirque du Soleil. I mean, I started in 1993. At the time, like my employee number is like 300 something, which is crazy because it was such a small company then. I didn't really know about it. So I came to Cirque because they saw me at national championships and asked me to come to audition. Well, I thought I'd be here for 3 to 5 years, 5 years max. And, it's almost been 30 years that I've been here. So I absolutely love my journey with Cirque du Soleil. And I think it took me places that, I never would have gone if I hadn't been with Cirque du Soleil. Wow. So I'm super appreciative of Cirque du Soleil and the journey it's taken me on.
Wow. Thank you so much, Michael, for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We so look forward to seeing the show tonight. We'll be
Great.
cheering for everyone.
Please
Thank you.
come enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.